Hello friends, welcome back to our channel B2C, Beginner to Champion for Competitive Exams. In this video, we will discuss the first part of current affairs of November 3rd week. And here we go. First is the international current affair. Tristan da Cunha declared fully protected marine reserve in Atlantic Ocean. The Tristan da Cunha has been declared as the largest fully protected marine reserve in Atlantic Ocean at 87,000 square kilometers. The Tristan da Cunha is a remote group of volcanic islands in South Atlantic Ocean. It is the most remote human settlement archipelago in the world. It is home to 10 million seabirds and unique land birds. After joining UK's Blue Belt, it became the largest no-take zone in Atlantic. This will close over 90% of their waters to harmful activities. Next news is Asia Pacific countries sign world largest free trade deal. The 15 Asia Pacific countries have signed world's largest free trade deal led by China on the sidelines of 37th Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit. The deal title RCEP or Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership accounts for 1/3 of the world's population and 29% of world GDP. India has joined RCEP as an observer. From there, we move on to the national news, and the national news is Union Labour Ministry notifies draft rules under Code on Social Security. Draft rules provide for operationalization of provisions in the Code on Social Security 2020 related to EPF, ESIC, gratuity, maternity benefits, Social Security and cess, Social Security for unorganized workers, gig workers and platform workers. Point to be noted here is Union Minister for Labour and Employment is Thorchand Gehlot. Next is CSIR SCRC develops indigenous emergency retrieval system for power. The Council for Scientific and Industrial Research CSIR Lab Structural Engineering Research Center, Chennai, has developed indigenous technology named Emergency Retrieval System for quick retrieval of power transmission in event of failure of transmission line towers. The CSIR SCRC has signed an agreement for licensing this technology with MS Advaita Infratech Ahmedabad. From there, we move on to the state news, and the first state news is world's first tram library for children launched in Kolkata. Kolkata's Young Readers Tram car was launched in Kolkata on the occasion of Children's Day, observed on 14th November 2020. Tram is a rail vehicle that runs on tramway tracks along public streets. It will run on Shyam Bazaar, Esplanade and Esplanade Garihat roads, spanning across North and South Kolkata every day from morning to evening. It was developed as a joint venture between West Bengal Transport Corporation and Api J. Anand Children's Library. Point to be noted is CM of West Bengal is Mamata Banerjee and Governor of West Bengal is Jagdeep Dhankar. Next news is related to Keetham Lake in Uttar Pradesh being added to Ramsar site. The Keetham Lake, which is also known as Sar Sarovar in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, has been added to Ramsar site list. The site was declared as a national bird sanctuary in 1991 by UP Forest Department. Recently, Lonar Lake of Maharashtra and Kabartal of Bihar have also been given the Ramsar status. Now, what is Ramsar is an important question that needs to be answered. Ramsar site is a wetland site designated to be of international importance under the Ramsar Convention. Wetlands declared as Ramsar sites are protected under the strict guidelines of the convention. Next news is again related to Ramsar site. The Lonar Lake in Maharashtra chosen as a Ramsar site. The Lonar Lake in Buldhana district of Maharashtra, covering an area of 365 hectares and an area of 365 hectares around the lake, which itself is spread over 77.69 acres, was declared a wildlife sanctuary in June 2000. The Convention on Wetlands is also known as the Ramsar Convention. It is an intergovernmental environmental treaty established in 1971 by UNESCO and came into force in 1975. Point to be noted here is Chief Minister of Maharashtra is Uddhav Thackeray and Governor is Bhagat Singh Koshyari. Next state news is Nitish Kumar sworn in as the Chief Minister of Bihar for his 7th term. The Bihar Governor Phagu Chauhan administered the oath of office and secrecy to Mr. Kumar at Raj Bhavan in Patna. Next is an appointment. Enforcement Directorate S.K. Mishra's tenure extended by 1 year. The Union government has extended the tenure of Enforcement Directorate Director Sanjay Kumar Mishra by a year after modifying his appointment order that was issued in 2018. Next news is related to defense. The India successfully test-fired QRSAM system of Odisha coast. The quick reaction surface to air missile QRSAM system of the Odisha coast of Balasore in Odisha was successfully test-fired. The QRSAM system has been developed by Defence Research and Development Organisation in association with Bharat Electronics Limited and Bharat Dynamics Limited for the Indian Army. Chairman of Defence Research and Development Organisation is G. Satish Reddy. Next is related to an important exercise in the Indian Ocean region. The second phase of exercise Malabar 2020 begins in Arabian Sea. The first phase of exercise Malabar 2020 was conducted in the Bay of Bengal from 3rd to 6th November 2020. The exercise Malabar is in the 24th edition and the second phase will witness joint operations centered around Vikramaditya Air Carrier Battle Group of the Indian Navy and Nimitz Air Carrier Strike Group of the US Navy. Next is the news related to banking and finance. RBI imposes rupees 1 crore penalty on Punjab National Bank. The Reserve Bank of India has imposed a penalty of rupees 1 crore on Punjab National Bank for violating the Payments and Settlement System Act 2007. The Punjab National Bank was operating a bilateral ATM sharing arrangement with Drang PNB Bank Limited, Bhutan. Punjab National Bank headquarters is in New Delhi. CEO is S.S. Mallikarjuna Rao and it was founded in 19th May 1894 in Lahore in present-day Pakistan. Next news is related to HDFC Bank and Indus Bank tagged in the red flag on nearing foreign investment cap. The HDFC Bank and Indus Bank has been put in the red flag list, a system used for monitoring the foreign portfolio investments limit. The FPIs can invest up to 74% in both HDFC and Indus Bank. Besides these two, Novartis India and Procter & Gamble Hygiene and Healthcare are the only other companies in the red flag list. Next news is related to the Lakshmi Vilas Bank. RBI, the Reserve Bank of India, has placed cash-strapped Lakshmi Vilas Bank under moratorium period for a month and restricted withdrawals at Rs 25,000 for depositor, owing to serious deterioration in the lender's financial position. The headquarters of LVB is Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and it was founded in 1926. And the president of Lakshmi Vilas Bank is Avatar Singh Monga. Next news is related to RBI creating a RBI Innovation Hub to boost financial inclusion. The Reserve Bank of India has created Reserve Bank Innovation Hub. Aim of the Innovation Hub is to promote innovation across the financial sector by leveraging on technology and creating an environment which would facilitate and foster innovation. The chairperson of the RBI Innovation Hub is Sri Senapati Gopalakrishnan, co-founder and former chairman of Infosys. The governor of RBI is Shaktikanta Das and deputy governors are BP Kanauga, MK Jain, MD Patra, Rajeshwar Rao. Headquarters of RBI is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next is the news related to Goldman Sachs, which a rating agency which projects India's GDP at minus 10.3% in financial year 21. The investment bank Goldman Sachs has revised upwards the growth forecast for India in financial year 21 to minus 10.3% from its earlier projection of 14.8% in September. The financial year 2021-2022, the Goldman Sachs projected India's GDP at 13%. Next news is related to RBI naming 2 startups as part of its regulatory sandbox program. Jaipur-based Natural Support Consultancy Services Private Limited with its products e-Rupaya, New Delhi-based Nuclear Software Export Limited with product PaySe has been put by RBI in the regulatory sandbox program. The program shortlisted 6 companies out of 32 entities that had applied, and regulatory sandbox is a protected environment within which the selected companies will show their system preparedness. Next is the news related to science and technology, and the only news here is SpaceX has launched 4 astronauts, 3 Americans and 1 Japanese, to the International Space Station on the first fully fledged taxi flight of NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, by a private company. They were launched by Falcon rocket from the Kennedy Space Center. The capsule has been named as Resilience. Next news is related to awards and honors. Sadat Rahman wins International Children's Peace Prize 2020. Sadat Rahman from Bangladesh has been awarded the prestigious International Children's Peace Prize 2020. He was awarded the prize for his involvement in setting up the social organization and mobile app CyberTeens to stop cyberbullying. The award was presented to the 17-year-old Sadat by Nobel Peace Prize laureate Malala Yousafzai. International Peace Prize is given annually since 2005 by the International Children's Rights Organization, Kids' Rights, based in Amsterdam in Netherlands. Next news is related to Leelavati Award. Union Minister for Education Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank has virtually launched Leelavati Award 2020, the AICTE's innovation education program to empower women. Its aim is to create awareness about issues like sanitation, hygiene, health, nutrition, literacy and employment among women. Next news is related to summits and conferences. Subramanian Jaishankar represents India at 15th East Asian Summit 2020. The External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Subramaniam has represented India at 15th East Asian Summit on behalf of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The summit was chaired by Prime Minister of Vietnam, Nguyen Xuan Phuc, because Vietnam is the ASEAN chair in 2020. ASEAN holds the central role and leadership in the forum. PM Modi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually attended 12th BRICS Summit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has virtually attended 12th BRICS Summit held under the chairmanship of Russian President Vladimir Putin. India will be taking over as chairmanship of the BRICS in 2021 and host the 13th BRICS Summit in 2021. Previously, India was chair in 2012 and 2016. The theme of 12th edition of BRICS Summit was global stability, shared security and innovative growth. Next is the news related to Prime Minister addressing the 3rd annual Bloomberg New Economy Forum. The speakers of the forum included Director General of World Health Organization Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair, former US President Bill Clinton, Microsoft founder Bill Gates, and Secretary General of United Nations Antonio Guterres. From there, we move on to the miscellaneous section, and the news here is Prime Minister unveils Swami Vivekananda statue in Jawaharlal Nehru University campus, New Delhi, through video conferencing. The renowned sculptor Naresh Kumwawat took 7 months to complete the statue of Swami Vivekananda on JNU campus. PM Modi unveils Statue of Peace in Rajasthan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has virtually unveiled the Statue of Peace dedicated to Jain monk Acharya Sri Vijay Vallabh Srishuvaji Maharaj. The 151-inch, that is 12 feet tall statue was inaugurated by PM Modi on the occasion of 151st birth anniversary of Acharya Sri Vijay Vallabhasuri at Vijay Vallabhasuri Sadhana Kendra, Jadpura in Pali in Rajasthan. The Statue of Peace has been made from Astadut, which means 8 metal, and includes copper as the major constituent. Asia's first solar-powered enabled textile mills was unveiled in Maharashtra. The first solar-powered textile mill in Asia is to be set up in Parbhani district in Maharashtra. It is spread across 30 acres of land, and the Jai Bhavani Women's Cooperative Text Mill will be the first in Asia that will operate entirely on solar power. The overall cost of setting up the project is around rupees 100 crore. Next news is Equitas Small Finance Bank rolls out EVA savings account for women. The features of the account is provide 7% interest to the account holder, offers PF waiver and discounted gold loan rates, 25 to 50% discounts on lockers, free health checkup and unlimited teleconsultation. The EVA's brand ambassador is Smriti Mandhana, the Indian woman cricketer. Headquarters of the bank is Chennai. The next news is 28 additional judges of Allahabad High Court has been made permanent. The President of India, under the clause of 1 of Article 217 of the Constitution of India, appointed 28 additional judges as the permanent judges of Allahabad High Court. We move on to sports section. Lewis Hamilton wins F1 Turkish Grand Prix 2020. The Mercedes racer Lewis Hamilton of Great Britain has won 2020 Turkish Grand Prix at Istanbul Park Circuit. This was his 10th victory of the season and 94th F1 victory of his career. Sergio Perez, Racing Point BWT Mexico, secured the second position, and Sebastian Vettel of Ferrari finished third. Next news is related to Sports Ministry announcing incentive structure to fund 500 private academies. The Sports Ministry has introduced incentivization structure to extend the momentary support of 500 private academies through Khelo India scheme over the next 4 years starting from financial year 2020 to 2021. The Sports Authority of India and National Sports Federation will work together for this. Union Minister for State for Sports and Youth Affairs is Kiran Rijiju. Next news is Novak Djokovic lifts ATP year-end number 1 trophy for the 6th time. Serbian tennis star Novak Djokovic has given the ATP Tour number 1 trophy on 15 November 2020 for finishing 2020 as the year-end number 1. With this, he has become the only second player in tennis history after Pete Sampras to receive the trophy 6th time. Earlier, Djokovic has finished as world number 1 in 2011, 12, 14, 15 and 2018. Next news is Dominic Thiem defeats 20-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal. Dominic Thiem defeated 20-time tennis Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal of Spain in straight sets at the ATP finals in London by 7-6 and 7-6. Dominic Thiem is from Austria and is the world number 3 tennis player. Next, we move on to important days. National Press Day, observed on 16 November. In 1966, it was on this day the Press Council of India was formed. The PCI is a statutory body and consists of chairman and 28 other members. The chairman of current PCI board is Justice Chandramouli Kumar Prasad. Next news is Naturopathy Day. National Naturopathy Day is observed in India on 18th November every year to promote positive mental and physical health through a drugless system of medicine called naturopathy. The day was declared by the Ministry of Ayush, Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy, Government of India on November 18, 2018. The Minister of State for Ministry of Ayush is Sripath Yeso Naik. The last news is National Epilepsy Day, observed every year on November 17, and it is observed to create awareness about epilepsy. Friends, here we come to the conclusion of today's discussion. Stay tuned for our next session. We'll be back soon. Thank you, friends.
If you enjoyed this video, please do like and share. Subscribe to this channel to receive expert tips and guidance for clearing various placement exams, and press the bell icon to receive instant notifications.